Hey everyone, it's Duncan Epping, yellowbricks.com, and today I'm going to show you a brand new feature which was introduced as part of vSAN 7.0 Update 2 called durability components. And the durability components basically provide me additional availability for when one of my hosts has failed. As you can see, my open managed virtual machine is fully healthy, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fail one of the hosts on which we have storage components sitting. I'm just making sure that I'm not failing the virtual or failing the host where the virtual machine is running. So in this particular case, I'm going to go to the iDRAC of host number 8, and I'm going to fail host number 8 because the virtual machine is not running on that host, but it does have storage components stored on that particular host. After I have failed the virtual machine, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the vSAN to server interface. And then within the vSAN to server interface, we're going to see what is actually happening from a storage perspective. Hopefully, of course, the vSAN to server interface is going to recognize the fact that the host has failed, and then it's going to take action based on that as well. As you can see, the 508 host has been detected as failed. Not only has the host been detected as failed, the other hosts in the cluster have also identified that that host is missing for whatever reason. So that is also something that we show in UI. Now, when we go to the virtual machine itself, you will notice that there's a new component that pops up in the monitoring section for physical placement of the virtual machine. So we click on monitor, we click on physical disk placement, and now we see the disk structure. This used to be a RAID 1 configuration. It still is a RAID 1 configuration, but now it actually shows a durability component. And this durability component is basically where all of the new writes are being stored for this particular virtual machine. This basically allows us not only to resync data a lot faster when the absent component returns for duty, but it also provides additional availability because we are still adhering to the policy for the newly written data. So I think this is both from an availability perspective as well as from a resync performance perspective, a great enhancement to vSAN 7.0 Update 2. Now, some of you may recall these durability components because we already had introduced the durability components for maintenance mode, but as mentioned, we're now doing this also for these types of failure scenarios. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to return the host. So we're going to make sure that the host is available again, which will make that absent component also available again. And what then should happen is that the data should be synced between the durability component and the absent component. So all of the changes in between the time of failure and the time that it actually returns for duty are going to be synced when the host has been fully powered on again. So we're just powering on the host, waiting for that power on task to complete. And when it actually has completed, we will switch back to the vSAN to server interface again to see if we can actually see in the UI that that durability component has disappeared, that the absent component has become healthy, and if we are fortunate, we may even be able to see the data resyncing, but I suspect that it will be too fast for us to detect. So we're now back at the vCenter interface. As you can see, it indicates that 17 components should be resyncing, and when we refresh the screen, we see that the host has already returned for duty, and unfortunately, we weren't able to detect a resync. However, we can see that the durability component has disappeared and that the absent component is now healthy again. If you ask me, this is probably one of the best enhancements to vSAN 7.0 Update 2. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel.